Hello, so my name is Sudan Raphael, and my YouTube assignment is going to be focusing on cruciferous vegetables lowering the risk and prevention of cancer. Let's get into it. So my research question and objective is, does consuming broccoli lower the risk or prevent cancer altogether? Overall, the objective of this project is to inform and influence individuals to eat cruciferous vegetables, specifically broccoli, due to it being one of the most powerful foods that lower the risk of cancer. So let's dive right into cancer. What is cancer exactly? So cancer is among one of the leading causes of death worldwide, and it's an uncontrolled proliferation by transformed cells, which are subject to evolution by natural selection. Cancer is a genetic disease characterized by numerous mutations that worsen the spread of it to tissue anywhere in the body. In the US, the rate of cancer has only risen throughout the years, and there are 442 per 100,000 new cases per man and woman per year, and the death rate is 158 per 100,000 men and women per year, and the new estimated number of expected diagnosed cases only increase by the millions each year. Some of the most common cancer types include breast cancer, lung and bronchus cancer, prostate cancer, colon and rectum cancer, melanoma of the skin, bladder cancer, leukemia, and many others. And this is all according to PubMed and cancer.gov. So let's get into the characteristics of broccoli. So broccoli is a cruciferous vegetable rich in antioxidants and other plant beneficial compounds, which contains natural vitamins and minerals that prevent cancerous cells from forming. These several important nutrients range from fiber, vitamins, minerals, which can be labeled as calcium, potassium, and iron. The components of broccoli contain carotenoids, which are antioxidants that protect you from diseases and enhance the immune system. Broccoli contains glucosinolates that inhibit cancer enzymes and protect against inflammatory diseases. Broccoli also contains folate, which promotes cell growth and function, and contains dietary fiber. And this is according to NIH and PubMed. So how does broccoli connect to cancer? So to combat the aggression of cancer, doctors recommend many factors and options, but diet is one of the most important. It is proven that diet is one of the most important factors because there's so many cancer-fighting compounds and nutrients in each food group, specifically cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli. Broccoli contains many bioactives and phytochemicals such as glucosinolates, sulforaphane, and indole-3-carbinol, all of which have been shown to have significant health-promoting effects and many cancer-fighting compounds. These chemicals are known to have potent antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer effects. And in patients who already have cancer, sulforaphane, as mentioned previously, in broccoli has been shown to reduce the ability of cancerous cells to continue multiplying. And this is according to PubMed. So how can we prove all of this? So for my first case study, I focused on the goal was to analyze cells in vitro as a result of consuming broccoli and the chemicals within it, specifically sulforaphane, which is also SFN. And we watch how these cells grow more immune to cancer cell attacks. So the method that was conducted was sulforaphane from broccoli was injected in a dose-dependent manner into human breast cells and normal MCF10A cells through epigenetic modulation of clinical human trials, which are to prove the beneficiary effects of sulforaphane, and also sulforaphane from broccoli reduce the proliferation rate of oral squamous cells in a dose-dependent manner in mice. So this type of study was an in vitro cell study in a human clinical trial and in vivo animal experiment design all in one. So the results of this study was sulforaphane caused significant downregulation of human telomerase reverse transcriptase in breast cancer cells, which led to apoptosis, which is death of cancer cells, and maternal and early postnatal intake of sulforaphane and broccoli sprouts was found to be beneficial in preventing breast cancer at later life altering tumor-related gene expressions. These changes resulted in the death of breast cancer cells as a whole. So how does this tie into my research question? So sulforaphane in broccoli has proved effective in treating advanced cancers as well as preventing metastasis in combination with the existing conventional therapies. It helps in re-expression of tumor suppressor genes, thereby causing selective killing of cancer cells and reducing cancer progression. Sulforaphane in broccoli has shown to induce apoptosis, which is death of cancer cells in colon cancer, prostate cancer, breast cancer, liver cancer, and lung cancer in mice. Broccoli and its sprouts contain naturally occurring isocyanates such as sulforaphane with potent cancer-fighting properties in vitro, and animal experiments have extensively studied the role of sulforaphane in treating different types of cancer as well as other diseases. And my citation is here from PubMed. So this is the data actually from my case study 1 right here. As we can see in table 1, it's showing the multiple different anti-cancer effects of broccoli mentioned and experiments conducted with these same properties throughout the review. So on to my next case study. So the goal of this study was to investigate the chemoprotective agents in broccoli sprout and inflorescence extracts, which is rich in sulforaphane, trying to prove how overall halts the growth and progression of aggressive gliomas that derive from cancer cells, which assistance from preventative diets help battle these glioma cells. So the method that was used was a dosage of 100 milligrams of broccoli sprout was extract of sulforaphane was put into animals for 30 days before introducing cells that stop tumor growth and progression. And this type of study was an animal study design. So the results from the study was using broccoli sprouts as a natural defense against cancer development established that it put a halt to glioma cells. And glioma cells are cancerous brain tumors that start in glial cells. So this ties in because it integrates a new diet with bioactive compounds that are derivative from broccoli, which prevents and can massively reduce glioma cells, which, as I stated previously, are cells that promote cancer cells. And my citation is also stated right here from PubMed. So as we can see here, this is actually 2 different charts that support my study from my previous slide. So right here in figure 2, we could see that the effect of treatment with different aqueous extracts of broccoli on tumor cell shows that after 3 weeks, a tumor volume of rats was treated with saline solution and aqueous extract of seeds. And we can actually see that the mice who were treated with this sprout, that the tumor volume actually lowered severely compared to the ones that weren't. And then in figure 1, right here to the right, it's a graphical abstract of the study that was being conducted in the mice, dosed with broccoli extract, and basically just showing how the study played out. So on to my last case study. The goal of this study was to analyze how broccoli sprout diet can overall prevent cancerous tumor cells in ER mammary cells in mice that they can prevent or fight against later in life, and they could pass on to their offspring as well. So the method used was a broccoli sprout diet was administered to adult mice with mammary cancer, and their offspring cells were observed for prevention of estrogen receptor ER negative mammary tumors at 3 different exposure windows using spontaneous breast cancer mouse models, and the offspring cells were observed to see if the mother passed down the cancer genetics or not. And this type of study was an in vitro animal experiment. So the results of this study was their findings indicated that in part of that maternal, especially gestational lactation, dietary broccoli sprout diet consumption actually impacts tumor genesis through epigenetic regulation, lending to improved protection of the offspring from ER negative mammary cells, cancer cells later in life. So the offspring actually shows decreased cancerous memory cells. So basically overall, their findings indicate that maternal broccoli sprout treatment exhibited profound inhibitory and preventative effects on memory cancer formation in the non-treated mouse offspring, which ties into my question of broccoli being able to prevent cancer. And specifically, this is talking about the offspring in this study. And here is my source from PubMed. So here is the data actually to back up my last slide. And figure 1 here, the experiment of the memory tumor observation and tissue sample collections were only performed with the female offspring, and it's actually shown here. And then on figure 4, it shows the effects of the offspring that were products of the mothers fed on the broccoli sprout diet, and the observation of their negative ER mammary tumor cells are way lower compared to mother cells that have cancer. And here I just have a quick question to answer. So overall, my question is, why is the study of cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli important to study in relation to cancer as a whole? And basically, the study of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli is significant in relation to cancer due to their rich content of bioactive compounds, particularly glucinolates, which upon degradation release beneficial compounds like sulforaphane. Sulforaphane has determined potent anti-cancer properties by inhibiting cancer cell proliferation, including apoptosis, and modulating multiple pathways involved in cancer development and progression across various types of cancer. Sulforaphane has been found to enhance conventional anti-cancer agents, suggesting its potential and therapy. Understanding like the mechanisms by which compounds in cruciferous vegetables exert their anti-cancer effects paves the way for developing preventative and therapeutic strategies against cancer, which actually offers hope for improved outcomes in cancer treatment and prevention. And it sheds light on the diet, the interplay between diet and cancer just as a whole to inform people. So in conclusion, in essence, diet is one of the most important and effective ways to combat the effects of cancer. This is due to broccoli containing bioactive phytochemicals such as sulforaphane, glucinolates, folate, vitamins, and minerals that are rich in antioxidants. These same components in broccoli have been shown to cause death to cancer cells and prevent altering gene tumor cells, which halt glioma cells and prevent future offspring from inheriting negative memory cancer cells, which were shown through my previous experiments. This was conducted and proven through a series of different experiments, as I just mentioned, ranging from animal experiments designed to human clinical trials and in vitro studies. The integration of broccoli as a whole in one's diet can overall kill and manage active cancer cells or help one abstain from developing cancer cells later on in life if they just concentrate on their diet. And here is my list of sources that I used throughout my entire project. And thank you so much for listening.